God damn it, Nintendo. So, just in case you might have been living under a rock this past week, Nintendo decided to announce that Mario Strikers Battle League will actually be receiving free updates. And, why, Nintendo? Why would you do this? Why would you do this for the sixth time? Especially when Nintendo Switch Sports doesn't even have its fall update yet. You're promising free updates for Mario Strikers Battle League when Nintendo Switch Sports doesn't even have the second free update you promised. Like, this is why Mario Tennis Aces and Mario Golf Super Rush both died off so goddamn quickly. Like, come on, you can't be serious. And I haven't seen anyone talk about Nintendo Switch Sports, by the way. I haven't seen videos, I haven't seen tweets about it. The most recent video I saw was from Beat 'em Ups talking about how he tried to play all the games without losing. And like, come on. This has happened so many times. Look at this. This has happened consistently. And like, oh god, it's just like, I don't get it. I don't get what, like, this just tells me that the game isn't going to be complete on launch. It's going to be missing features, it's going to be missing characters, and it's probably going to be missing additional modes that probably would have been in the game on launch if they had decided to give it free updates. This is going to kill the game so quickly. It happened, like I said, with Mario Tennis and Mario Golf Super Rush, and it's, oh my god, this is so frustrating. I've also seen people argue on Twitter that Splatoon 2 and ARMS also got the same treatment. The issue is that those games were good on launch and people enjoyed the content that was there immensely. Just because a game is getting free updates does not mean it's already going to be good out of the gate. This is another argument I've seen passed around online. Oh, the game will be good. Well, the game will get better with free updates. That's not true. That is objectively wrong. That did not happen with Mario Tennis Aces or Mario Golf Super Rush. It didn't happen with Kirby Star Allies, and it's also currently not happening with Nintendo Switch Sports. I'm not seeing anyone talking about it on Twitter, Reddit, or YouTube, or any other online forum related to games at all. No one is talking about it. As far as I can see, everyone has dropped it because they're still waiting for the golf update, which, need I remind you, is not coming until fucking fall. It's not coming until August. Like, are you not seeing the issue here? Is no one seeing the problem here? Something else I've noticed that people have been trying to argue in favor of Battle League's free updates from the future is that the games are getting harder to make, or that this doesn't mean the game will be incomplete, or that we've been asking for another Mario Strikers game for so long, and that therefore we should be grateful that the game is getting free updates and should never ask for DLC ever again. No. All of these are objectively untrue. Like, this is just straight up not true. Just because Splatoon 2 and ARMS were both received positively at launch does not mean they were incomplete. They were incomplete. ARMS especially had a very small roster at launch, and Splatoon 2 was missing a lot of content and a lot of features at launch. This is like one of the dumbest takes. It has been untrue across the board for every game Nintendo has released that's gotten free updates. Kirby Star Allies, Nintendo Switch Sports, Mario Tennis Aces, Mario Golf Super Rush, ARMS, Splatoon 2. This is not true. This is objectively untrue. I don't understand why people are trying to argue this. Let's talk about Mario Golf Super Rush specifically for a moment. Unfortunately, this game really suffered at launch with the lack of characters, the lack of modes, and just the lack of general features besides online play. And then Nintendo came in and decided, oh, don't worry guys, we'll come in, we'll fix everything, and we'll provide free updates for all of you. We'll finish the game later. It's just like, that's the issue. That's the issue people had, and that's why the game died off so quickly, is because Nintendo decided to release the game now with little content that could hold anyone's interest for $60, by the way, and then they came in and said, oh, don't worry, we'll fix it later. Here's a whole bunch of free updates for you and a whole bunch of free content. That's not a good thing. That's not something that should be accepted. We should be able to have the entire game there when we're paying $60. $60 for these games. All of Nintendo's first party games are always $60. Mario Tennis Aces, I would argue, suffered even more from this problem because, once again, it did not have a lot of content when it came out. And one of the biggest things they were hyping up was the adventure mode, which of course was really popular with the portable handheld Mario Tennis games. And oh boy, when those videos came out and they showed us just how shallow the adventure mode was, yeah. This game, of course, also suffered from a huge lack of content, and of course, intros died off almost immediately, even when Nintendo said, don't worry, we're gonna fill it all back up with free updates. And it's just like, I don't understand, like, what else do I have to say to you to show you that this is a bad practice? It's happened so many times, and once again, the interest for the game completely died off because people had to wait to get more content that should have been in the game at launch. And finally, we come to the most current game I've talked about in this entire video, Nintendo Switch Sports. Oh boy, this game has suffered a lot, and I've seen plenty of videos pop up talking about the game very negatively. I haven't seen anybody talk about the game positively. I haven't seen anybody play it or make videos about playing it. As far as I can see, the game is basically dead, and that's because, once again, the game cost about $50 and released very unfinished. It only had 6 sports, and Nintendo just outright decided to cut 3 or 4 of the sports out. They cut out golf and baseball, both of which were staples in the original Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort, and decided, yeah, we'll just give it back to you in a free update, despite the game being completely unfinished. Did no one see the problem here? I'm so tired of Nintendo fans always coming in and saying, oh, well, the game will be better with free updates, or the game will be incomplete even though it'll get free updates. Yes, it will. It objectively means they are holding back content that they are going to give back to you either by charging money or by releasing it as quote-unquote free updates. I need to remind you that all of these games cost $60 and $50, and they were releasing as bare bones experiences that we were expected to pay a lot of money for, because Nintendo once again likes to charge a lot of money for their games, especially their first party games. It's just, God, this thing has been such a prevalent issue with all of their games up to this point. All of their major games that have at least been competitive or have featured sports or have heavily featured multiplayer. Additionally, the fans that are trying to defend this really need to stop. This is not a good practice. We are paying $60 for incomplete games. Seriously, we really need to demand better. Holy shit, I don't understand why anyone would defend this. These games are expensive as is, and to pay for a lack of content and just wait for it to get more is absolutely unacceptable. We should not be dealing with this. Quite frankly, I'm sick of seeing this all the time, and I'll be waiting until it has all the updates. But that's it for me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time.